I'm sure you already know what this video is about from the title of the video. I got some comments and questions in my DM about the Chinese visa process and how one can go about getting this visa. So in today's video, I will be talking about how I got my visa and the different processes and the types of visas that are available for people who want to come to China. I'll be talking from this perspective of a Nigerian, but I think most of the points in this video can also apply to other people from different countries. There are about 16 to 17 visa options for foreigners who are hoping to, come to China. First, we have the C visa. The C visa is for air crew members like air hostesses and pilots who, travel from country to country, and China offers them the C visa. Also, this visa is available for their family members and, yeah, their relatives in general. After that, we have the D visa. The D visa is for people who permanently want to reside in China. We also have the F visa. The F visa is for exchange students. We have the G visa. The G visa is a transit visa. We have the J visa. The J visa is for foreign journalists the J1 visa, sorry. The J1 visa is for foreign journalists who will be staying in China for a period of more than 180 days. We have the J2 visa. J2 visa is for foreign journalists who will be staying in China for a period of within 180 days. After that, we have the L visa. The L visa is a transit visa for people who have flights that connect through China. Maybe you're traveling from China to Hong Kong, or yeah, that's the visa for you. We have the M visa. The M visa is the business visa. We have the Q1 and Q2 visa. Q1 visa is for family reunions that are meant to last for more than 180 days. Then the Q2 visa is for family reunions that are meant to last for, let's say, within 180 days. We have the R visa. The R visa is for talented people whose services are needed urgently in China. We have the S1 visa. The S1 visa for relatives of Chinese people who may be traveling to China within a period of more than 180 days. And we have the S2 visa for people who, relatives of Chinese people who will be visiting China for a period of less than 100 or within 180 days. We have the X1 visa. The X1 visa is a student visa for students who intend to stay in China for longer than 180 days. We have the X2 visa for students who study program will be lasting for a period of 180 days. We have finally the Z visa. The Z visa is the work visa. So in every visa process, there are some basic documents that are required for you to be able to get the visa. So the very first document that is required is your international passport with at least 6 months validity. That means your international passport must be valid for at least 6 months for you to be able to get this visa. It can be valid for longer than that, but at least the requirement is that it must be valid for 6 months. The very next thing is a visa application form. You can get this from the Chinese visa website, and two passport photographs. Okay, two passport photographs. Also, someone who's living in a country that isn't your country, let's say you're Nigerian and you're living in Rwanda, you will need an official residence permit that is, it's official, it's not fake. You will need one of that, and you will need to photocopy this as proof at the Chinese embassy. Also, you will need a police character certificate. There is a website where you can get this police character certificate. I'll link it in the description box below. You pay 30,000 naira online, then you go to the police station to be able to get your thumb print, because it's necessary for this police character certificate. And I think that will cost you at the police station, it may cost you around like 40,000 naira extra to be able to get this done. Okay, those are the basic documents that are required for someone who wants to go to China. So I'll be speaking in detail on the student visa and business visa requirements, because these are the two most sought after visas for trips to China. Most people that come to China are either students or businessmen and women. Okay, so for the student visa, you will need the original and photocopy of your admission letter, and this is to be provided by your school or the entity or organization that is inviting you to come to China. You will also need a JW-201 or a JW-202, as the case may be. This is an official visa application form that shows that you applied for visa to come study in China. It will be provided by your school too. So this is very important for your visa interview or anything you'll be doing at the embassy. You also need like a diploma or a mark sheet that is like your WAEC certificate if you are a secondary school graduate, or your NECO certificate with at least 6 credits. Okay, you must have passed 6 credits, or you must have gotten 6 credits in your subject for you to be able to enter into university here in China. Then, if you're a master's student or someone who's hoping to come do masters in China, you will need your BSc or your Bachelor's of Arts certificate. Okay, that is the requirement for students who want to come study in China. Now, for businessmen and women, okay, you will need an invitation letter from a Chinese person, the person who is inviting you to come to China. You will need an invitation letter from them. You would also, this invitation letter must contain information about this person that is inviting you to come to China for business, and it must also contain the reason or the reason why you are coming to China, and in detail you must be able to state the kind of business you're coming to China to do and all of that. Then it must also have like a supporting letter from the organization that this individual who is inviting you to China is working with. Yeah, that is the requirement. You must also provide a bank statement, because in fact I think all visa types require a bank statement. Okay, if you're applying for student visa, whatever it is, you must provide a bank statement. Yeah, a bank statement is really important to show that you'll be able to foot your bills when you come to China. Also, a, a round trip ticket that shows that you've already booked your returning flight back to your country, because they don't want to hear that you came to China and because you came to do business, you now want to come and live here. So they want to be sure that you're ready to return back to your country when it is time to return. Okay? Yes. So those are the requirements for business visas and study visas. If you want requirements for work visas or any kind of visas, you can visit the Chinese embassy's website for Nigeria or any country you are from, so that you can get more insight. I will put the link in the description box below, so be sure to check it out. Okay, so that you can get more information from. When you apply for the Chinese visa, there are 3 steps you must take: the visa application, the visa interview, and the visa payment and collection. Okay, so when you apply for a visa, you'll be given a date as to when your interview will be scheduled for. You apply for this visa online. So after you've applied for the visa, you'll be given a date, and this date will fall on either a Tuesday or a Thursday, because those are the days of the week that they work at the Chinese consular, which is the Chinese embassy in Nigeria. So after you're given a date, you'll be required to come to the embassy for your interview. Now, you'll be interviewed, and if you pass the interview, your international passport will be collected at the embassy. But passing this interview does not automatically ensure that you or does not automatically mean that you have gotten the visa. If your documents are not original, if they are fake, you will not get this visa, because prior to the interview, there's something that is called legalization. It's the process where you send in your documents to the embassy and your documents undergo legalization for a while and authentication to be sure that they are original, because China is not welcoming people with fake documents. They are very strict with their visa policies, so you have to be very, very careful. So if they find out that any of the documents are forged, you're going to automatically lose out of getting the Chinese visa. So after your passport is collected from you at the embassy, um, you will be required to go back and wait for a period of, I think, 2 weeks. Then you will get a message or an email in your mailbox that your visa is ready. When you get this mail, you're meant to come to the embassy to collect your visa. Okay, you'll be called to come to the embassy to collect your visa. It shouldn't take longer than maybe 3 days, depending on depending on the situation at the time in the embassy. Okay, it can take longer than that, or it can take shorter. 3 to 2 weeks highest. Okay. After you've gotten your visa, the next process is your flight bookings and all of that. I'm sorry for the noise, guys. There's a lot of background noise because people are going about their daily runs, but it's okay. After you've gotten your visa, you need to book your flight. Now, the two airlines that I'm sure of that travel from Nigeria to China are Ethiopian Airlines and Egypt Airlines. Ethiopian Airlines, the prices vary for these flights depending on the location from which you're traveling from. If you'd be leaving Nigeria from Abuja or Lagos, best bet the flight prices are going to be on the high side. So the flight prices vary. Sorry, the flight prices vary from between 300k, I think, to about 2 million naira. So if you're traveling from Abuja and Lagos, you're going to be paying like 1.72 million probably for flight. But if you're traveling from Kano, you get cheaper flights. So most people travel from Kano nowadays for cheaper flights. Okay, it's only wise, if you can't risk it, you can go travel from there. I think I forgot to mention in the course of the video, the visa fee, because you're going to, when you go to collect your visa, you'll be required to pay some money for the visa. The visa fee is about 37,000 naira. It does vary depending on the time at which you're doing this visa, and also if you want them to include logistic services in your fee. It does vary. Okay, if you want them to send the visa directly to you, you would have to pay more money for that. If you need help with your flight bookings, there's a very good company. I used them when I was coming back to China. The name of the company is Inet Logistics. I'll be linking their details in the description box below so you can check them out. They are very good and they offer you different rates of flights, and they are affordable. So yeah, if you are looking to book your flight to China or you're traveling abroad, yeah, you can always use also them. Before you come to China, you must take a COVID test. You're required to take a COVID test 48 hours at least before your travel. Now, the cost of this COVID test is about 38,000 naira. Okay, it will cost you 38,000 naira to do this test if you're doing it in Akwa Ibom State where I did mine. But I think the price is kind of standard around Nigeria for travelers. It's important to take the COVID test because you'll be required to fill a health form in order to generate a health code before you are allowed to check in at the airports if you're traveling to China. Okay, there is a link for that. I'll also link it in the description box below. So please, please, please check the description box of this video because it has a lot of gems that you need if you're traveling to China. Most of the information you need, the health code link, everything is going to be in the description box. Okay, so um be early for your flight. Obviously, you don't want to be running around. Checking in to travel to China nowadays takes a lot of time, so you have to be very early to the airport so you don't miss your flight. Yeah. So if you enjoyed this video or you found this video helpful in any way, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to your friends or people people who you know are hoping to come to China anytime soon. Please, please, and please subscribe to my channel so that you can see more content like this. Thank you very much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.